Hey friends, welcome to today's video. Today we're just hanging out and getting ready. I got back last night from a little 4-day girls trip to Costa Rica where I wore very little makeup, and I thought it'd be fun just to sit down and do my makeup. I'm gonna use some new products. I'm gonna be using the YSL All Hours Foundation. I picked this up a few weeks ago from Nordstrom and I have worn this a few times and I've really been impressed with this foundation. So I'm excited to kind of share that with you guys. I also picked up a couple of mini palettes from Nordstrom. I picked up the Soft Glam 2 Anastasia Beverly Hills. I have the full palette, but I thought this would be a great palette to travel with because I travel so much lately. I've been traveling a lot. So I love this palette and I thought it was nice to get a little mini size. And then I also picked up the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glam to Go palette, which also is a really nice travel size palette. So yeah, I thought we would just play with these. I also got this cute little set from Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Color Chameleon Eye set. It has 2 of them in there. This is $35, so it's a great like gift idea, but I'm gonna be using it for myself. And then I also picked up this little MAC lip kit. It comes with a lip gloss and a lipstick in pink, like a nice little pale pink shade. So I thought I would just kind of play with these new products, give you guys some last minute holiday gift ideas, and just get ready. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I'm gonna start with the foundation, and I picked up the shade M in1. I have used this a few times, like I mentioned, and I really like this foundation. This is described as being like a luminous matte foundation, which you really think about, it's like, how does that make sense? But I think it's a great way to describe this foundation because it just does give the skin a natural like luminosity and a natural glow while remaining like shine free. It doesn't get shiny or oily looking throughout the day, and it wears beautifully, and it's so nice and natural looking and lightweight. My favorite way to apply it is to use the BK Beauty 106 brush and really just press to get the most coverage and then just kind of buff out around my jawline. It also blends out really easily. So that's another benefit of this foundation. If you're looking for a foundation that just doesn't take a lot of time to work in, but looks pretty flawless in my opinion, this is a great one. So me and 4 girlfriends went to Costa Rica for the weekend. I am turning 40 in a couple weeks, friends. My birthday is January 3rd. So it's kind of an early birthday celebration. I was looking to travel actually on my birthday with a family, not with friends. And that time of the year is so like hard to travel. Like it's just, everything is so expensive. You know, I was looking to travel and I was like, oh my gosh. So we just decided to kind of postpone my birthday traveling. So I did my friend trip this past weekend, and then we are going on a family trip later in January. And we're going back to Costa Rica, but we're going to a different part of Costa Rica. Typically we go to Mascara every time. I think we've been there 4 or 5 times in the last 12 months and I love it, but I thought it'd be fun to try a new area. So we're going with another family and the kids. There'll be a lot of kids on that trip, and we're going to some place that is a little more kind of, not that Nassau is not kid friendly because it definitely is, but just a little more of like a resort type of experience. So there's pools and activities and all those types of things. But yeah, Costa Rica was nice. It was nice to get a little break and kind of decompress. I've been working a lot, which no complaints because I truly am grateful for what I do. I love it. I can't believe it a lot of times that this is what I do. But I was working pretty hard up until that trip, and it was kind of nice to get a little unwinding time, you know? And it's nice because Costa Rica is just like low key. So I really wore very little makeup. Okay, back to the makeup application. So I'm going in with the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is such a great like OG full coverage concealer. I love this. The only thing I will say about this concealer is a little bit goes a long way. So you really want to be careful not to apply too much of this. I like to do like half a pump on my hand, and then I actually like to take my finger and kind of apply it and spread it out. And then I'll go back and blend it with a brush. But this concealer is super full coverage. It stays on all day. It doesn't crease. I'm using the BK Beauty 110 brush, and I'm just pressing it underneath the eye to blend that in. I'm the shade NW25. So when it comes to MAC's numbering system for their foundations, NW stands for neutral warm, NC stands for neutral cool, and MAC, their little system is actually different than most brands. So their cool tones are more like olive or gold and yellow, and their warm are more pink, red, rosy. I know a lot of other brands kind of switch that up, but I like to use NW underneath my eyes because I do want a little bit more of that peachy and that redness underneath my eyes to cancel out darkness. And then on my face, I use NC because that has more of the gold and olive tones to it, which I have in my skin. Ugh, so pretty. I'm gonna warm up the face with the Charlotte Tilbury Cream Bronzer. I haven't picked this one up in a while. I loved this product when it launched. Was it this year or was it last? Do you guys remember? Let me know down below. I wanna say it was this year, but this year's gone by so fast, it might've been last year. I like to use the BK Beauty 107 brush to apply. Is this 107 or the 111? Yeah, this is 107. And I just pick it up and then I just press it onto the skin. I loved this product when it launched. It was all I was using, but then I've really gotten into bronzers this year. Like I've tried so many new bronzers and I have to say, like, I feel like most of them are like, I like. So it's been a little while since I've picked this one up. Perfect. I just love it. It gives such pretty color. It's got a good amount of pigment to it, so you don't really need to spend a lot of time picking it up. It just goes onto the skin and it blends out beautifully. Initially, when I bought this shade, I thought it was too dark, like it almost looked too dark, but I never actually went in and got a lighter shade. I kept saying I was gonna go in and get a lighter shade, but this one is all I use. And this is the shade 2 Medium, by the way. To set everything, I'm gonna use this powder from Jouer. This is the Soft Focus Hydrate and Set Powder. This has been a favorite discovery of mine this year. This powder is beautiful. It just blurs the skin, smooths everything out. I wouldn't say it's translucent. Is it translucent? It doesn't say translucent on the packaging. So I'm not certain that it's not translucent, but it looks like it has color and pigment to me. And I say that because if you're using a full coverage foundation, you don't want to go in there and apply too much of this. You just want a light little layer. I'm using a small precision powder brush just to really powder the center of the face and around the nose and then my chin. So kind of just basically the center area. Since it's winter, it's a little drier and my skin isn't needing to it's not needing to be set all over with powder like it does maybe in the summer. So pretty. I'm going in with the Hourglass blush stick in the shade Loyal. And I'm taking the BK Beauty 109 brush and I'm just going straight from the brush to the product. I'm gonna smile and I'm just gonna press it onto the skin to give that color on the pop of the cheek and then sweep and bring it up. So pretty. Ugh, I love this. I'm just obsessed with cream blushes. Like I don't wanna say I'll never go back because I am always testing and trying new things, but gosh, like I just always find myself grabbing cream blush. I'm gonna kind of layer and build it up a bit. So beautiful. Oh, I just love it. I love it, love it, love it. What is your favorite cream blush from the drugstore? Do you guys have one? Will you let me know down below? I have a lot of favorite cream blushes, but most of them are prestige brands. So I'd love to know your thoughts. Next, we're gonna go in with eyes. I'm gonna prep the eyes with the good old Holy Grail MAC Paint Pot in the shade Soft Ochre. I just like to use my finger for this step and apply it and sweep it all over the eyelid from the lashes, and then I'll kind of take it up underneath the brow. These are great cream shadows. You can really wear them by themselves. There's no really need to set or put a powder shadow on top, but I really love this particular color as a primer for eyeshadow because as you can see, it is like the color of like a fair skin tone. So it just brightens and cancels out any darkness on the lid. Just really gives a nice even canvas for your eyeshadow. It's also very long wearing. Okay, so which palette are we gonna use? Are we gonna use the Soft Glam 2 or are we gonna use the Glam To Go? I think we're gonna do the Glam To Go. Let's use this one. Is this new? Do you guys know if this is a new palette? I know the Mini Glam, Soft Glam is not, but I'm wondering if the Glam To Go is like a limited new thing. I will find out and I'll have it in the description box below for you guys if it's a limited like holiday set. A lot of times Nordstrom's will have exclusive beauty pieces from brands that you can only get at Nordstrom. So I'm not sure if this is one, but we are gonna go in and I'm gonna grab, this is my BK Beauty 202, and I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. It's called Dawn. It's like a kind of a mink pinky brown shade, nice and light. And we're gonna actually sweep this. We're gonna start in the outer corner and sweep it into the crease. But I'm actually gonna bring this onto the lid as well. We're gonna make this look pretty simple. It'll be simple and easy, but it'll be glamorous and beautiful, like a good look for holiday. Okay, I love that color. It's got some pink to it. This palette definitely leans more in the rosy tones, as you can see. It has a good mix of matte and shimmer shades. Oh, that color is really pretty. So when it goes on my skin, it actually leans a lot more pink than it looks in the palette. I'm just kind of sweeping this all over and then kind of sweeping it onto the lid. Ooh, that's pretty. So do you see what I did there? I started in the crease, but I really kind of blew this color out all over the lid. I just left the inner corner and just kind of that little inner half of the lid bare, but otherwise I really wanted this color to kind of just infuse into the overall look. Next, I'm gonna go in with the shade Softy, which is a really pale, pretty, see, this is the shade Softy right here. It's a really pretty, just super pale, peachy shade. We're gonna use the same brush to keep things simple. And I'm gonna pack that onto the inner corner and the inner part of the lid. Oh, that's so pretty. I love this like really soft kind of monochromatic matte look that we have going on. I'm gonna mix it up, but I'm really just loving this as it is. You could throw a simple brown liner, some mascara, and be done. But I'm gonna go in next. I'm gonna use the shade Fireworks. This is a shimmery, foiled, kind of taupey shade, and I'm just gonna use it from my finger. And we're going to pack that right here in the center and then just kind of softly let it blend into that inner corner. This is a nice shade to really elevate a look. So to take a simple daytime look, like maybe I would have left it how we had it before with just those two matte shades, thrown some mascara on and called it a day. And then let's say I'm going to a holiday dinner or some type of event later and I don't want to redo all my makeup. You could just simply pop a shade like this right onto the center of the lid and it completely changes the look and glams it up and makes it more of an evening look. Oh, that's so pretty. Next, we're gonna go into this fun little set from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm a huge fan of this product, the color Chameleon. These are like, I think of them as like eye crayons, eyeshadows, all in one. They're thicker than an eyeliner. So they're more of like a crayon size, but you really can get an eyeliner achieved from this. You just wanna make sure that it's sharpened, and you can also use them as shadow by scribbling it all over the lid, blending out with your finger. I'm gonna go in with the deepest shade. You get two shades in here. This first one here is the shade, okay, so this is Smoky Pillow Talk. Let me show you what this looks like. It's a really pretty red matte brown shade. We're gonna use that one. And then you also get this shade here. This is Pillow Talk. So this is a shimmery, soft, rosy pink shade. Those right there. So I'm gonna go in with the matte brown and I'm just gonna line my lash line from pretty much from the inner corner to the outer corner. Since this color is not too dark, I'm gonna actually layer a shadow on top of it. But this is nice and creamy, so it gives it a good base and grip for the shadow. Then I'm also gonna use it to line the lower lash line. And I'm gonna just start in the outer corner, but I'm gonna stop when I get to the center, like kind of the center of my pupil. My eye shapes are, they're not small, but they're more almond shape, and I really wanna create more of a round open eye look. So I don't wanna take it all the way over. Next, I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. This is the shade we used in the crease. I'm gonna take a little bit of it on my brush, and I'm going to smoke out and soften the lower lash line. So just give a really clean, seamless look. It'll also set that eyeliner, that crayon, so it really stays in place, doesn't smudge, and just create a little bit of a smokier look, softer look. So I'm gonna take the same brush. This is a 204 from BK Beauty. It's the Smudge It brush. I'm gonna pick up the deepest shade in the palette, which actually isn't super dark. It's like this taupey, purpley brown matte shade. I'm gonna load up all sides of my brush, and I'm just going to slightly hold my eye. I'm not tugging or pulling, I'm just slightly holding it in place so my skin is taut. And I'm just gonna kind of go over the outer half of that liner just to deepen it a little bit, and then also kind of pull it up into the outer corner. So we're not gonna have a super strong dark liner here. What we're really doing is creating a little bit more depth right at the base of the lashes, making it a little deeper, but not like an obvious like black line or dark brown line. Does that make sense? I want everything to be kind of smoky. This look to be like a soft, smoky shade. Just very romantic, very romantic eyes. These colors also complement blue and green eyes really, really well because they are purples and pinks, and green's complementary color is red. So if you think about it, even if you don't want to wear red eyeshadow, wearing any shadow that has red in it. So what is pink? Pink is red and white. Purple is red and blue. So taking any of those shades that have red integrated into it is really going to complement your eyes. Oh, so pretty. Okay, so we're not gonna curl lashes. My lash curler I think is still packed away in my suitcase. I'm gonna take the Dior Lash Primer, the best lash primer there is, period, end of story, add to cart. I have used this product, every single product sitting here on my vanity, and I mean there's literally like hundreds. I would bet $100 that this is the product that I have used the longest of everything here. I remember being pregnant with Brooklyn, I feel like. Don't quote me. Maybe this product hasn't even been around that long. I don't know. But I feel like I remember being pregnant with Brooklyn, getting my hair done, and my hairstylist told me about this because I was removing my lash extensions. And she's like, you have to get the Dior Lash Primer because it actually conditions your lashes and helps improve the health of them. And when you get lash extensions removed, they're not in good shape right away. I mean, they always come back to health, but she was like, you need to go get this. And I did, and I never looked back. I have always used that since then. I was pregnant with one of the girls. Maybe it was Brooklyn, which would have been 11 years ago, or if it was Kate, that would have been 9 years ago. Either way, I've been using it a long time. Okay, and then I'm using the Dior Over Curl Mascara. And I like to apply mascara pretty quickly after I've applied the primer. I don't like the primer to completely dry. I personally feel like you're able to separate the lashes better and just get a prettier look if the primer's not completely dry. I really love that. I wanna go in and use the Pillow Talk crayon just for fun. It's a shimmery pink, so it's not a shade that I would use to really line my eyes, but I would use this like in the inner corner, or I would use this as a shadow. Ooh, that's pretty. Very subtle, but it gives and I'm being really soft-handed with it too. So I would really use this right in the inner corner or to highlight the eye. Okay, that really just brightened and opened up the eye. Okay, next we're gonna go into this little MAC set, and this is taking me back, you guys. I remember when I used to be a trainer for MAC, and so as a trainer, I would always train the makeup artists or the MAC associates on like all the new collections. We would have like update is what we called it, like every 3 or 4 months, and we would basically train all the makeup artists on what was coming out over the next couple of months. And I always remember it was super exciting to see what Nordstrom was coming out with for holiday, because their holiday sets were always exclusive. So MAC would create sets that were only available at Nordstrom. So this set, you get a little mini lipstick and you get the shade Peach Blossom. Let me show you what that shade looks like. Oh my God, this is so cute. Let me show you what that shade looks like. Okay, so the formula of this is a cream sheen lipstick. So it's actually pretty sheer, but I'm finding that I can build it to get some color. So I'm gonna show you guys 2 swatches. I'm gonna show you one swatch with just one layer, and then after you build it. So it's a pretty sheer lipstick in general, okay? It's not a matte lipstick. It's not super pigmented. And then you get the shade All Things Magical. Oh, this is gorgeous. I love lip gloss. The lip gloss is like a good old traditional lip gloss. This is the shade. So it's a really pretty rosy pink, and it's got some shimmer particles in there, which just really help highlight and make the lips look larger. I'm gonna go in first with the lipstick. My lips are still dry, which is odd because I was in a very humid climate this weekend. I'm just gonna layer a little bit of that on my lips. Perfect. And then I'm gonna go in and add the lip gloss. The lip gloss formula is nice because it has enough pigment to where you really could wear it by itself, but it also can top on top of lipsticks really well. I love this scent too. It has like a vanilla scent. What is your favorite MAC lip gloss color? I remember when I worked at MAC, it was Oyster Girl and Purr. Those two were like or let me tell you what the best selling were. Oh Baby. Do you guys remember Oh Baby? Oh Baby was top selling. Oyster Girl, Purr, and then I feel like there was another, and See Through. See Through was a popular one because I remember Jennifer Lopez wore it and everyone wanted what Jennifer Lopez was wearing. And this is the finished look. I really like it. I think this is appropriate for a holiday. I think if I were going to a holiday party, I might amp up the lip a little bit. I think going with a light glossy lip like this kind of gives it more of a lighter, fresher look, but you certainly could pair it with like a deep berry. I wouldn't pair it with a red, but I would do maybe more like a deep wine or a deep burgundy kind of color for a holiday party. Super pretty. I love this foundation, you guys. If you haven't tried this foundation, I think this is one that most skin types would really love. I think it's great for mature skin. I think it's nice for dry skin or oily skin because you have that like matte luminosity. It's so weird to say that, but it's really what you get. You get a controlled, shine-free all day long, but you still get natural, healthy looking skin. It's nothing mattified or flat. And I tend to like a mattified flat look at times, but this is just a really good balance of both. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for your time hanging out with me and watching it. As always, I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Happy holidays, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.